Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jesse, the couch movie critic. Once again, I'm back in the kitchen. It seems like this is going to be my go-to spot for unboxing and reviews going forward. So guys, today I want to do a quick review on a film I just watched with my beautiful wife. We just went to go see Ernest Cline and Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One. It's a film, a sci-fi epic that I definitely want to tell you guys about before we do get started. I want to make sure I remind you guys, if you're enjoying the videos, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would definitely be appreciated. Feedback is always accepted, good, bad, or negative. So let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about the film and the book as well. So the book was written by a writer by the name of Ernest Cline, and it is a great book. I actually got this book well before I saw the film. I want to say I got this book about maybe 2-3 years ago, and I actually got it because I was a subscriber to Loot Crate. This was in one of the loot boxes back when I first started with it. I want to say 2014. I'm no longer a subscriber. Great box though. If you're into that kind of thing, definitely go out and check it out. But it was a great book, and I immediately fell in love with it. Because one of the great things that Ready Player One does is that it is a love letter to all things pop culture. The book and the film are definitely different. If you're a fan of the book and you're one of those purists that, oh my God, the film ruined the book, you gotta realize it had to be different, because there are things, themes, thematics, components of the book that just don't work well on film. Not for anything more than time. You're trying to compress an entire book, which was a total of, I don't even remember how many pages, over 360 some odd pages, into a 2-hour film. And simultaneously, you are contemporizing it for the date and time that the film comes out as well. It does a fantastic job, and the reason I'm so accepting of the film not being a pure torn from the page thing is because of the fact that Ernest Cline, the writer, actually helped co-write the script for Steven Spielberg's film. Now, a couple things that I want to go ahead and touch bases on about Ready Player One, the film. This film, in my opinion, almost hits every mark. It fires on all cylinder. It has a very, very interesting story of where the world's at in 2045. It has an amazing computer system, the Oasis. If you don't know about it, basically what's happened is that due to overpopulation, the world's gone to hell in a handbasket, and our only escape is a video game system, or a video game called the Oasis. Everybody lives in the Oasis except for to sleep and eat. That they still do in the real world. In the Oasis, though, you can be whatever you want. So let me tell you, that does nothing but give you fodder for just copious amounts of love for every character, every video game that you could think of in pop culture, going all the way back from the 80s to 90s and even today. I mean, they've even got characters from Overwatch in the film, and that game is not even 2 years old, which I thought was a great addition. And the story tells the story of a kid who's living pretty much in the ghetto, and the hero, the guy who created the system, dies, and his name was Halliday. And when Halliday passed away, he admitted to the world he had buried an Easter egg inside of the film. He had hidden 3 keys, which if you could find all 3 keys, you would be able to access the Easter egg. And not only would you win his Easter egg hunt, but you would win his $500 trillion of his fortune and total control of the Oasis. So of course, it's been 5 years since he passed away, and that's where the game picks up. And there are people still hunting, and there's an evil corporation, IOI, that's looking to go ahead and win the Easter egg and take over the world to monetize the system. Which, in and of itself, let me tell you something, that's a great love letter. In that one right there is just a great Easter egg, love letter, whatever you want to call it, to classic 80s films. You watch movies like Flight of the Navigator, Goonies, just to name countless others, Breaking, Electric Boogaloo. There's always an evil corporation headed by an evil guy and his evil henchmen in the 80s and early 90s films, and this film captures that. I forget the actor. His name is Nelson Mendelsohn, if I remember right. And he does a great job in the film. You've got Tye Sheridan playing the main hero, Wade Wilson, also known as Parzival. You've got Olivia Cook playing Samantha Artemis herself, and you got just amongst a great cast. And I want to touch bases on the cast. They do a great job of casting in this film, not just because you're casting actors who can act well, because these younger actors do an amazing job, and even the senior actors. But not only are they good actors, they're good voice actors, because in the Oasis they're represented by an avatar, a video game avatar, and they just do a great job with that. Anybody that knows me knows I love animation, I love voice acting. I'm a huge fan of Jim Cummings and Tara Strong, just to name a few of them. I love it. I think it's an art form. It's something I would love to do one day myself. They do a great job with it in the film. Now let's talk about the visual effects of the film. The visual effects of the film, 2045, is a fully fleshed out, fully believable world, especially with the way things are going today. The Oasis is perfectly rendered. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's done so well that it's enough for you to be able to say it almost looks like it's real, but because it's a video game, you're gonna see a little bit of that gloss and shine, because it'll never be quite perfect, but it's enough to capture your attention immediately. Now let's talk about some of the nuances. Just like the book is a love letter to all things pop culture and science fiction, video games, so is the movie. And in the movie, if you watch the movie, and even if you watch it, not even for the plot, but for the actual visual effects of the film, you're in for a treat if you're a fan of science fiction and pop culture. Because just to name a few of the characters, the one that I found the most humorous was Marvin the Martian, Hello Kitty, and Hello Kitty's group, I forgot their names, as well, being fleshed out as real life characters. Then you've got some amazing video game characters. You've got a flesh and blood version of the Battletoads. They're almost like the Michael Bay equivalent of the Turtles, but for Battletoads. You've got the Ninja Turtles in the Michael Bay film in there. You've got so many other countless characters, including Batman, just to name a few. Iron Giant. If you're a fan of Gundam, you've got the original Gundam. You've even got Mechazilla. I mean, it's just a great, and that's just to name a few. I mean, there's so many pop culture reference characters in the film that it's great. Now, let's talk a little bit about pacing. Pacing of the film was fantastic. Second act does get a little slow. And I will admit to that. The second act has a couple moments that slow down a little bit, and it's because they're happening more in the real world. I love the idea of the Oasis, the video game aspect of it, the seeing the characters. So for me, it kind of slowed the film down a little bit. But when you get to that third act, the payoff is so big. It's just well worth getting through that little bit of a slowdown. Overall, I gotta admit, guys, this was a great film from beginning to end. It wasn't a page per page adaptation of the book, but that's because you couldn't truly adapt everything that's in this book and contemporize that film for all generations. What they did in the film was amazing, though. It is just as much a love letter to pop culture as the book was, and it's just as well done. So I'm definitely recommending this, guys. If you haven't had a chance to go see it, go see it in theaters. If you're not a fan of going to see it in theaters, make sure that you Vudu it, you Movies Anywhere now, you video on demand it, you buy it when it comes out, whatever it takes. But make sure this is on your future viewing list, because it is a great film. I have to say it. Steven Spielberg, I want to say I felt like he's fallen off, going back as far back as Indiana Jones and the Crystal, it was the Crystal Kingdom of Skull, or whatever it was called. I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't been impressed by his films in quite a long time. I want to say probably, for me, going back to Jurassic Park 2. Now, this captures that Steven Spielberg magic. This is this generation's version of an E.T. film, or a Jurassic Park even. There's just this love and romance in the film. The original Indiana Jones had it. There's just something about it that was fantastic. You definitely got to see it, guys. So that's my review on the film. It is definitely something to see. Definitely worth going to see it in theaters. If not, like I said, rent it. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to hit comments, like, subscribe, share it, tell your friends about it. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.